Welcome to this week's Transformer review, where we are on week 4 of Dinobots Month. And we are looking at the Stegosaurus Snarl. But before we get to Snarl, let's do our shout outs of the week of Back to the Media at 48 South Loudon Street at the lovely Walking Mall, where you can get all your video game needs, going from the Atari up to current systems and games to go with it, as well as handheld games like Game Boy and the PSP and all the games that go for them. And you can also get Funko Pops and whatnot. And so you can definitely go ahead and check them out. If you want any toys and collectibles like other Funko Pops that Back to the Media does not have, you can go to Time Traveler Toys and Collectibles, where you can get Funko Pops, Transformers, G.I. Joe, He-Man, Thundercats, She-Ra, WWE, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Silverhawks, and such and the like. So you can go ahead and check them out. And haha, look at that, little George playing with Daddy's shoe. Yeah, that's cool. But you can take a look at Snarl. But before we get to Snarl, let's go to our third sponsor, our third shout out of the week, at Back to the Media, or not Back to the Media. We already did them. 4-Color Fantasies, where you can buy all your comic book needs from IDW, Marvel, DC, all points in between, old and back issues. So go ahead and check them out. And while you're in that area, you can while you're in the area, you can go to 133 West Pascowan Street for any kind of counseling needs to see Robert C. Brown at Healing Grace Counseling Services. And if he can't reach you on anything, you could go to Northwestern Community Services for other needs that Rob cannot supply. So mental health is a good thing, and this channel supports mental health. And so on and so forth. Had a brain fart. But if you need any banking needs, you could go to the Bank of Clark County. If you're in Winchester or the Clark County area for all your banking needs, go ahead and check them out. So let's go ahead and look at Snarl here, who's a Stegosaurus. Unfortunately, he has no head movement, but his legs, he can move his legs, his dino legs and whatnot. But this is a good looking Stegosaurus. But let's take a look at him in robot mode, because there ain't no much to talk about in dino mode. So here's Snarl in his robot mode, but before we get to the robot mode, he does come with this Energon sword instead of the one I was showing last week with Snarl. I'm glad I made that correction, or with Sludge, I mean. And this is the pistol that Snarl comes with, or the rifle he comes with. You know, so let's take a look. He has some wiggly waggly with his head, not too much. His arms can really just go circle around 360. His legs don't really have too much motion. It can do some up and back. The feet can move due to transformation. Oh, hang on one second. Not completely fully transformed. There he goes, fully transformed. I just didn't get the waist twisted around. But he does have some backwards motion on his legs, where he can look like he's walking. But let's look at him in his with his weapons. And his gun is kind of loose in his hand, as you can see, somewhat loose in his hand. But you know, it still works. You know, it's still a gun. It's still a good gun. You know, and Snarl was introduced later on in the episodes in the War of the Dinobots episode, where Snarl and Swoopback here was introduced. You know, very good looking Transformer in my opinion. You know, he's a very awesome robot. You know, he's got that big beefy chest. You know, he obviously hit the it's like a crossbreed. You know how you get those real big muscular dudes that look like they hit the buffet just after they hit the gym, and you know, it's just really, really beefy muscle. That's kind of what Snarl's kind of like. You know, and with his chest mode. But I mean, still good looking robot. He was a good looking Stegosaurus as well as a good looking robot. one of the only Dinobots that's got a good robot form as well as a good Dino mode. You know, I'm glad I purchased them. You know, the Dinobots are a great add to to any collection. So I would highly suggest getting any of the Dinobots. But this is Snarl. Stay tuned next week as we end Dinobot Month with the Pteranodon Swoop. So tune in next week to see Swoop. This has been Snarl. Thank you for a great Dinobot Month. Tune in to the next one. Peace and love. Until all are one. Peace, love, and chicken grease.